Pat motherfucking McAfee. How did this nigga? Who listens to Pat McAfee? First of all, who listens to him? Who finds Pat McAfee entertaining? Is it meth heads? Is it crackheads? Because this white man, which I feel like is a character of himself as well, you can't tell me this white man ain't on dope. This white boy talks so fucking fast. So let me tell you about the he remind me of the dude that was who that the fat dude that's the Illuminati and Sandy Hook and all. He remind me of that, but just the sports version. How is Pat McAfee able to get on ESPN after First Take and be able to cuss? But Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and all of the other black people that's on that show for years could not cuss. He out here cussing up a motherfucking storm. That's number one. That's my first thing. Oh, the rules are different when it comes to white people. Because the way that Pat McAfee talk on his show, Stephen A. and them can't do that. Facts. Aaron Rodgers got on that show and made a joke about Jimmy Kimmel about the whole Jeffrey Epstein list. And apparently the executives kicked Aaron Rodgers off the show. Pat McAfee had to come out and do an apology, and so did Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you can take out whatever you want from the apologies, but I don't give a fuck about the apologies. That's politics. Jimmy Kimmel is signed with Disney. He's up underneath that Disney umbrella. Don't disrespect my late night talk TV. Don't disrespect my hoe. Pat McAfee, don't disrespect my hoe. Y'all not competing, but y'all competing. But don't disrespect my hoe. That's what Disney did to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, when he signed that deal, they was like, you can do what you want, but you ain't gonna disrespect my hoe. That's what you ain't gonna do, bitch ass nigga. And Pat McAfee, I'm gonna be real with you. Not a fan of the Pat McAfee show. Never even watched it. Pat McAfee came out and said, man, ESPN, it's an executive in ESPN that is trying to sabotage my motherfucking show by putting out false numbers and just doing little shit behind the scenes, like getting my boy kicked off the show. That type shit. And he named the white man name. He said his name is Nordy. I forgot the first name. His name is Nordy. I knew it was a white man when I heard Nordy. I don't know no black person with the last name Nordy. Fuck. Anyway. Pat McAfee stood on business, though. He was like, man, it's an ESPN executive that is goddamn me trying to sabotage this motherfucking show. His name is Nordy. I said, Pat McAfee, sir, do I need to start watching this show? White man with all the respect at ESPN, even Stephen A. Smith ain't got this type of respect. I'm like, bro, how Stephen A. Smith, the face of the motherfucking ESPN, but goddamn me, Pat McAfee, as soon as they go off, he's, bitch, fuck you, hoe, suck my dick, lick my ass and my balls, bitch. He on there cussing up a goddamn storm, giving all this. He talking about aliens, he talking about politics, all this type of shit. I done seen your little motherfucking clips, motherfucker. Yeah. Pat McAfee proved that he can get a bag. Now, the reason why Nordy, the white man, the executive from ESPN, is trying to sabotage the nigga from what they saying is because Pat McAfee made a whole bunch of motherfuckers lose their jobs, and Pat McAfee ain't bringing in them numbers that they thought that they was gonna get when they acquired his motherfucking business. And the white man, he done been there all this motherfucking time, the executive, and he looking like, man, we done fired all these motherfuckers, man. That white boy ain't really, you know what I'm saying? We could have kept a couple of niggas. We could have kept Jalen Rose ass. We bringing in the same motherfucking numbers. Oh, Pat McAfee, he blew his load. Pause. Real shit. That nigga was like, Oh, this what we doing? Oh, you rat ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga, lame ass nigga. Yeah, that nigga went off on him. He didn't really go. He went off on him though. He named his name. ESPN has never been through no shit like that. You have never seen an ESPN motherfucking commentator ever come out their motherfucking mouth and disrespect or talk down on a motherfucking executive, nigga. You ain't never seen that. You ain't never seen it with no black people, with no SA people, or with no Asian people. But that white boy, yeah, he came out and disrespected all them. Yeah, oh, bitch, this is what we doing? After he done signed a $150 million contract? See, white people can do that. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and I love Shannon Sharp. I'm not trying to talk down. Shannon Sharp, all them is employers. Pat McAfee brought his business over to do a partnership with them. So he feel like he got every goddamn right to talk his shit. Bitch, let me go if you don't fuck with me. Stephen A. Smith and all them other commentators on ESPN, they can't do that because they're not partnering up with ESPN and Disney. Pat McAfee is. That's why Pat McAfee is able to cuss on his fucking show. Because this white man has built his platform outside of them and they did a partnership deal. First Take and Stephen A. Smith and every black person that's on ESPN, that's not a partnership deal. We will allow you to work for our company and spew our agenda to the masses. As long as you able to walk in formation, you good, you got a paycheck. Pat McAfee was like, bitch, I've been doing this shit. What you ain't gonna do is just because I did a partnership deal with you, you're not finna kick off Aaron Rodgers without me making a fuss about it, and you're not finna censor me. And if you are gonna censor me, shit, wash my hand of the contract, bitch, let me go. In real nigga terms. See, that's why I respect a nigga like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has been building. He already seen the writing on the walls when he was building his podcast, and he built another podcast on top of that. Stephen A. Smith right now, bro, is looking at Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee, and he's trying to build his own brand outside of ESPN, and he's trying to compete with Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp. Those are his biggest competitors right now. He's going to get a bag off of ESPN, period. He's going to get a bag. But what he can't compete with is how culturally Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee affects culture. His show does not affect culture because he's still not free enough to talk how he wants to talk. And to a certain degree, so is Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp can't talk how he want to really talk on his show because he know that's going to affect his business with ESPN. He don't have no partnership deal. He is an employer of ESPN, but he's building his own brand outside of ESPN. But his brand that he's building outside of ESPN can still affect his money with ESPN. Don't say the wrong thing on your motherfucking show. He done already fucked up and said some shit about Meg Thee Stallion. I had to come out and apologize about that. So ain't nobody free. Them ESPN ass niggas ain't motherfucking free. They work for somebody. They trying to build a motherfucking platform. Man, I'm going to go into this on my next podcast. Boy, y'all just stay tuned up.